check it out. Spring has sprung. I am doing 58. This can't be a dirty load. Well, this is not the middle lane. This is the far right lane. That lane to my right is an exit only. You know, and I'm speeding. But anyway, so look here. Spring has sprung. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. I'm excited. I am excited. So here it is, 5:30, and I've got nothing at home thawed out to eat. Yeah, lots of prefab food. It's kind of weird getting home on a Tuesday when I just left on Saturday. I don't know. It just confuses my neighbors, confuses everybody. Getting home too much. They're getting spoiled. See all them, I think all those are Bradford pears, is that? They don't look like Bradford pears. What fruit's white this time of year, and then there's red buds over there. I always thought they were, you know, Bradford pears, they were white. I'm pretty sure that's Bradford pears. There just seems to be a lot of them. My favorite tree, even though the things stink when they're winter. Okay, we'll see you. Well, good morning. This morning I'm going to show you some Americans that are better than the rest of the Americans out here on the highways. You guys just wait for it. And we will pick them out for you. So I told y'all it was going to rain, did I not? I'm very smart. I have Siri. Siri's very smart. She keeps me up to date. One day I'll introduce y'all to Siri. My battery's low. I'm going to charge this thing up. So, we just spent our 13 hours at the house. That's why I don't like running local. It's very stressful. I got home about 6. Jumped in the shower. Was out of the shower like 6:30. Took off to Chick-fil-A. And y'all keep an eye on them 2 cars up in that middle lane. If y'all can see that far. They are better Americans than the rest of us. They're going to go up there and get in front of that truck, y'all. Hush, I'm talking here. But anyway, so got showered. Yep, see, they got in front of the big truck, just like I told you. That little car right there is going to do it too. Y'all watch. So, this is one lane to get on the interstate, and everybody runs down the middle lane because they know this right lane backs up. And then they all jump over. See that guy right there? He's going to do it. Watch. Can y'all see that far ahead? Those are special Americans. We have a few special Americans here in America. Well, we have more than a few. Probably about 40% of the population is special. More special than the other rest of the population. So anyway, that's why I like to close the gap right here, because you watch them, they're going to do it. I'll show you some more. Yeah, we went to Chick-fil-A. Grabbed some dinner because I didn't feel like eating any pre-fad food. And come on, Ford, mash your gas. You can do it. Oh, they surprised me. They didn't do it. Maybe this Ford right here will do it. So, hey, no, we did good. We did good. Nobody cut us off. So anyway, yeah, I then got home from Chick-fil-A. Had to I had to make an invoice and transflow it in so I can get paid on that run. And then I had to print the rate confirmation on the next load, get that signed, get that emailed back. Busy. And then it's time to jump to bed. And then this morning I got up and showered, shaved, and spent about 20 minutes doing some data entry while the coffee was brewing. And here we are on the road. So, very busy. I'm going to go over here and pick our load up and go to Texas. And it looks like the rain stops about Birmingham, Alabama.
Continue on this road.
So I'll check the 10-day forecast for Dallas. And we should be able, we should be able to get the truck cleaned up in Jackson, Mississippi, which does a phenomenal job. Even though I really don't want to take the time because I want to deliver this load tomorrow. It's scheduled for Friday, but they have an 8 to 4 window, so I can make it there by noon tomorrow. We'll see how my hour situation play out with truck washing in Jackson. I think I can still get truck washing, still make it to Texas. And I'll just look for picking up a load on Friday, and that way I'm not stressed and rushed on Thursday. Other than making it to Dallas on about 4 o'clock. But anyway, there's the update on that. We're going to get around these 2 trucks right here and then move 1 lane to the left, because in about 4 miles or 5 miles this lane turns into an exit only, and then that lane right there will take us straight to 153 where we got to go pick this load up. So we'll see you guys after a while. Now, I really didn't know the GoPro was still recording here, but we just checked into the receiving office, which all the signs said to check in here, and we were told that the receiving office we need to check in at was in gate 4, or is it gate 3, building 4, which is a new building. So we are going to try to make our way around through this tight parking lot, circle all the way back around the premises and go to the next gate. I'm doing a voice over on this clip without muting the other clip. We will see how it sounds. Hopefully you guys can still hear that beast of an engine purring, and just overlook any audio you hear from me, as I did not know the camera was recording, and as you can tell, I still talk to myself. That was a tight right turn there. Luckily that guy pulled the truck up, and that was fantastic. So we're going to make a hard right up here into the drive and go back around the building again. I'll give you a better ETA here in just a moment. As you can tell, we didn't get the truck cleaned up in Shreveport because our weather reports showed rain, and as you can tell, the streets are wet, so it was a good call. I think it rained the entire week down here in Texas and made for one really nasty truck. This is the only road in and out, and I don't know if that, I cannot hear the audio as I'm recording this voiceover, so I do not know if everybody was screaming weight restriction or not. Alright, so now we gotta go to gate 4. See all these signs, they say truck, here, blah blah, receiving, so I followed the signs correctly and checked in with the receiving office, only to learn that my product went to the next location. And here is where we are supposed to be. Now this is a fairly new facility, and they didn't get too carried away with the concrete drive. They made it just wide enough to get the job done. So this is about maybe 16 feet wide.
So 2 trucks could pass if you inched by and watched your mirrors. And we are scouting out our dock that we have to hit, trying to figure out, okay, now what do you do? So my original intention was to pull up here and maybe do a 180 like we did at the Jim Beam facility. But as you can tell, the edge of that concrete is some serious mud. So if I dropped the tire off the edge of that concrete, it would sink down to the axle at least. If you're lucky, you didn't get not get the whole pan. But I would imagine it would get my front bumper as well. So, okay, I'm having some serious issues trying to do this voice over. The video processor was thinking cannot keep up. So, I'm going to do voiceover and watch the video and describe what's happening with the video. It's not playing. So we're going to try to back up around that one truck. We didn't have a head cam on because it did not know this was recording. But since it's recording, we thought we would use the footage. It's a narrow drag, so I'm not sure what we have to work with. We have to back up to the far door, which is on the other side of that truck. It's in the dock. The truck is in the dock of the company truck with no one attending it. It just gets there to get loaded and whatnot. So we got to work this trailer around without hitting the front of that truck and get into the door correctly without dropping off the edge of the concrete. Because like I said, if we drop the steer tire off the edge of the concrete, it would be really catastrophic. The guy that backed into the dock after I did, as he was trying to back in, he did fall off the edge of the concrete, and the cross member was on the ground, was on the edge of the concrete. And it took him about 40 feet to get that steer tire climbed back up onto the concrete. And it was really rough on the vehicle. So, and I went and spoke to the guy and told him, whatever you do, don't fall off the edge, because that's really wet. It's about 2 feet of mud at least. So anyway, so we get ours in there. Right now we are snaking around the front of the truck. And we got that right steer tire just inching along the edge of the concrete. And once you get back there, that trailer has to be lined up with the door, because there is no pull-up room to scoot the trailer over. And with this 290-inch wheelbase tractor, it takes a little bit more distance than your average standard truck to scoot over 3 or 4 inches. When you only have the 16 feet in front of your nose that you do here, you will never scoot that thing over the 3 or 4 inches. It takes several pull-ups. As you can see, we made several pull-ups once we got into the dock to scoot it over. Right now we are just inching around the trailer's jacking, and so we're having to inch up and inch back to get back up and under the trailer without falling off the edge of the concrete. So it's quite nerve-wracking, because you really can't see where that steer tire is. Yes, I have those rookie pose, but you're working with mere inches of dropping that steer tire off, and when that happens, it could be bad. And when I pulled up, if I had dropped both of them off the edge, might not have been able to get back up off of it. And I need to look, see if my oil pan is below my cross member on this one. It may be. And so you could very well, I have seen guys bust their oil pans on curbs or the radiators on the curbs, and then when they climb over the curb and they drop down on it, you know, you can tear one up real quick. And here's where we are making our pull-ups to get lined up with the dock. And as you can tell, it looks like you're going to fall off in that mud. You just have to know where those steer tires set. It can be pretty... and I still don't know where they are. I mean, I go to make a right-hand turn sometimes through an intersection that has a concrete island on the left and the sidewalk on the right. I've hit that left steer tire on that concrete island twice now. I hit it just the other day. You know, you're making your right-hand turn, you think you're clearing the curb, and that steer tire climbs right up on it. I hit one just last week, and that thing felt like it was about a foot tall. So we're going to stop this record right here and see where we are. The computer has froze up. Okay, we got our computer unfrozen. I have been working on this video because it started out like 3 hours worth of video because it just ran and ran and ran. So I had to cut it all down. I got it cut down to 25 minutes. These next few clips are just sped up and playing music. So anyway, this was a different take and a little different spin. I decided to salvage the footage and do a voiceover. But we got into the dock, and then we got out of the dock, and I had that recorded too, but I must have deleted it by accident, so that's what I have. This is the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. The next is just a fast speed up